just okay?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were
Whenever
going to
you're
open.
gonna
Yeah, no, it's true. I guess when you look at Oregon, they don't score a whole lot of runs, but they don't allow a lot either. I mean, what's kind of the mindset heading to a series like this?
Well, they've scored more runs than their offensive numbers dictate, but certainly there's no question that pitching and defense lead the way. When you watch film of them playing in their ballpark, especially, they just defend it so well, and they have three left-handers that are as good as anybody. I watched Irvin pitch today, and he was just fabulous, especially against San Diego State. So they're a really good club, and it's really like another SEC weekend for us. It's a very good club that can go deep into the postseason. It's a great opportunity for us to get ready to play in the best league in America.
I was going to ask you, kind of mentioned it there, but are you at the point now where we're treating these like SEC weekends and things? I know earlier in the year you lineup changes and that sort of thing, but at this point in the season, are you at a point where it's time to focus in on things and treat it like SEC?
Well, there's no question we're trying to win every single game, but early on you have to find things out about your roster, and you have to give everybody an opportunity. Everybody who's earned an opportunity deserves one. So, we're going to have to, like last weekend, we're going to have to make a decision on three pitchers. Certainly Dakota will go on Friday, Sexton will go on Saturday, and we'll make a decision. The luxury of these situations is if you watch a team play for two days, you feel like you have a better idea of who would be the best matchup for our club. So, I think that, it'll be a lot like an SEC weekend, and hopefully the weather will cooperate and we'll be able to play three baseball games against a really good team.
When you're facing three guys with ace-like stuff, how does that change the way you may manage a game where some runs will be scored?
Well, I think there's several factors. You're right. When you face a pitching staff this good that doesn't give up a ton of runs and they have back-end help, every run matters. How does the ballpark play on that day? Is it going to yield some runs? If the ballpark's not willing to yield runs and you're facing that good of, you might be bunting in the first or second inning because you're trying to – every run really matters, and you can't expect that a fly ball is just going to sneak out of the ballpark. If we have conditions like we did on Tuesday, wind blowing out to left field, you're facing left-handed pitching and you feel like, hey, with some of your more physical guys, somebody might be able to run a ball out of the yard. You're gonna flip the coin a little bit more. But certainly, that's how they will play. That's how we'll play, and quite frankly, there are a lot of teams having a lot of success, using what people are calling small ball. I don't call it small ball. I call it big baseball because it takes a lot of guts to earn a walk. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of skill to be able to run your best time to first and create pressure on the defense. It takes a lot of skill work to miss over the top of the ball instead of missing underneath all the time. So all those skills are very important to West Coast teams, and really they've been important to our baseball program as well.
As far as Sunday goes, is it still between Brown and Houston kind of thing, or is Tatum still in that mix to possibly get
No,
that started?
Tatum's definitely in the mix. We can't be as good as we need to be without Tatum. And he has pitched so well. He pitched so well at UCLA. He pitched so well in Dodger Stadium against a really good Oklahoma team. And I think he's going to be a factor for us. If we don't use him either one of those first 2 days, I think there's a pretty good chance we might run him out there on a Sunday.
With all the lefties, Oregon kind of offers. How's Brent Rooker doing? Do you see him being healthy in the lineup this weekend?
Yeah, he's had a little bit of a banged up ankle, and it's been a little puffy earlier in the week. I think it's better and better, and we're trying to keep him off of it. And I think he's a great matchup. I think Brent's a good matchup against a lot of pitchers, but especially the left-handers. He does such a good job with those guys. But I think this pitching staff will present an issue for us. But at the same time, I think it's a great challenge for especially our right-handed hitters who need to have success against left-handed pitching for us to be a good ball club.
I think you'd mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Jack might get some time behind the plate this series, possibly. Is that still on the table?
Yeah, we're still working on that. Jack wants to play worse than anybody, but he's got to be able to throw a ball full speed for that to happen. And, we're still working through his shoulder issues, but there's no doubt in my mind he will be ready at what point, we don't know for sure right now.
When you look at their lineup, averaging about 5 runs per game, which isn't that bad. I mean, when you see the low average numbers, but pretty good, decent run production, what do you explain that with?
Well, it means they take advantage of every opportunity that's presented to them. When they get a runner on third, less than 2, they're going to score them. When they have an opportunity to move a guy, they're going to execute that. So I think they're very good at executing all phases of the game, and just because they don't have huge offensive numbers doesn't mean they don't know how to score runs.